Hi. So I'm gonna point this situation out. This really big Snyder fan, very toxic, but he YouTube channel called the 4KO, which is weird, but he just recently uploaded a video about saying why the excuses that the James Gunn fans say about the Suicide Squad. Why there's a few excuses why it failed. Um, those excuses don't matter or something. Because he compares it to Dune and um, Godzilla vs Kong, um, the older one. Um, he compares those two just just to say that those movies did better, even though it was released around the same time as um, the Suicide Squad. Even though it's not really a fair comparison because those are recognizable things. Like Dune was a very highly anticipated movie because it was based on a book franchise that was very successful. Also, Godzilla vs Kong obviously is very recognizable because Godzilla and Kong are like the very like historical characters in cinema. So there, and also I believe Godzilla vs Kong was more geared towards a family audience, um, and that's a different thing than the Suicide Squad, which was a very hard rated R, which had a lot of blood and a lot of things, and like very focused on the adult audience, which that also would skew the box office because it would be mostly adults and teenagers that that are old enough to watch it. So yeah, I just think it's not really a fair comparison. Also, the 4KO also bashes on the James Gunn fans, saying that they're toxic and they're toxic. So to me, both of them are toxic in certain ways. The exaggeration of the James Gunn things. However, most James Gunn fans is open to James Gunn stuff, but they're okay with the Snyder stuff. For Snyder fans, they're very hateful to James Gunn, and I know. Like this is a thing that I'm gonna point out, but for some reason, the Snyder fans kind of ignore this. The death threats and the hope of for people to lose their jobs and for a downfall of a company for which means will it would have like possibly hundreds of thousands of people losing their jobs, or at least like thousands. um yeah, I don't think that's a nice thing to do. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but hoping that many people lose their jobs, that's very mean, right? But let me clear things up. I don't hate Zack Snyder. I liked 300, yeah, and I liked the one with the owls. something Guardians or something, right? Um, and yeah, like, and then the zombie movie, which oddly is written by James Gunn, um, but overall, I'm not against Zack Snyder, but my opinion is he doesn't really know DC. He thinks Superman is too powerful or something, right? And I believe the Man of Steel was supposed to be like a standalone, and then Warner Bros. Says, let's just make a whole universe out of that. Um, let's see. Yeah, but overall, I'm gonna stick to the point. 4KO very did a very skewed comparison. To me, you should compare it to um, some of the other the other DC stuff. Like, compare it to the other Suicide Squad, because the other Suicide Squad did pretty well. Let's compare it to Birds of Prey. That's a lot more fair comparison, because that's also a movie that has a little bit of the divisive audience. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people like it. So that's a good fair comparison. But yeah, to me, you just need to do a better comparison, and you would catch my attention. So 4KO calling James Gunn fans toxic also makes you toxic. To me, everyone should just treat everyone as an equal, but that will never happen, because the Snyder fandom is very against it. But yeah.